Hello, and we are back. And I'm recording on the same day as last, so we are still in this section, and it got a little darker, so now I got a bigger shadow. So, yeah, that's what's going on. Did turn out to have the last video only be chapter 19, so we're back and we're recording chapters 20 and 21. Having a great time. We're all hanging out. Also, if you are new here, hello, welcome. This is the Barely Bookish channel. I'm bookish, but barely. I don't know. Yeah, alliteration. It's like I'm J.K. Rowling, books 1 and 2. Yeah, so that's what's happening today. We are gonna go chapters 20 and 21 and hopefully finish it in a nice 20 minutes. Otherwise, I don't want to just do a one chapter video again. I don't think it will. We might go a little over. We'll see. But yeah, welcome back to Storm and Fury. So chapter 20 starts off. We've got Peanut. Check. Theory and Matthew are acting like their child is going off to college. Check. And yeah, we're just now realizing, this is at the point that I realized, I mentioned this last chapter, but so Trinity, every time she uses her angelic grace, is supposed to have to take a wee nap because it drains her, but she says she didn't sleep last night. So if using grace is supposed to completely knock you out, why didn't she sleep last night? This is the next day. I got some questions. Why didn't she fall asleep? If this is really what's supposed to happen every time. And why did no one question it? These are the questions that I have. So, yeah, because she should have slept for days, because last time I think she slept for like, what, 2 days? Guess I'll just leave that there because I don't really know what that's all about. Maybe we just forgot that she's supposed to sleep forever because no one said anything, but it's fine. Since she magically couldn't sleep, she fell asleep on the car ride over because she only got an hour of sleep. We get a sweet. These two chapters have so many cliches in it, but like, I love it. I don't know. You know, like when you hate cliches, but you also love cliches, so it's like, yeah. So we got, she fell asleep on him while they were driving over, and drooled a little. And this happens in every like rom-com. Also, my shadow like looks really weird, and I hope it doesn't bother everybody like it's bothering me right now, because I don't know. It just looks weird, but I didn't have a whole lot of options here, so yeah. And I'm not a good enough editor to be able to fix that, so sorry for everybody watching, but yeah. Anyways, so they gotta get out of the car, and it's locked, and then either Des or Nikolai, one of them, unlocks it. But I thought this was like a really weird detail to include, because most cars you put it in park and they unlock themselves. So why was it locked? I don't know. It's just a weird detail that they included. I'm not sure why that happened, but okay. So Zane lives on a super high floor, and he's got some weird industrial apartment situation going on. And okay, can we talk about like every like supernatural show where they have the guy has a weird industrial apartment that doesn't look lived in? Because we're playing into that cliche too. Like, I know we're all thinking of them. Like, for example, oh geez, what's that show? Lost Girl, which I've been recently watching because Spirit's podcast mentioned it, and I'm obsessed. I honestly can't even watch it right now because I have things I need to do, but I love that show so much that I just, every time I watch it, I binge it. Anyways, not important, but the guy in that show, the other love interest, why can't I remember, not Dyson. Dyson has a weird industrial apartment also, and you've seen this cliche in like movies and stuff, but like, why do boys need to have weird industrial apartments that have nothing in them except some weird workout equipment? Like, do boys not live? That is my question. Why is this a trope? Why do they think that this is how boys just live in apartments? Apparently, if you're muscular and hot, you can only like have an industrial apartment. You can't have comfort. That's not the same. It doesn't exist in hot boy world, I guess. I just don't get it. I think it's weird that they've distilled Zayn's interest down to just weird, like, one punching bag. Like, why is that his aesthetic? I don't get it, but whatever. And also, if it's a high-rise apartment complex and there's a bunch of apartments, why is, like, they would all then be weird industrial buildings, right? So what's going on there? Why do they have an entire apartment complex of weird industrial apartment rooms? Like, no one would live there. Like, they're not all like love interests to the protagonists, you know? Like, they're not all gonna live in this weird industrial looking apartment. Like, I have never seen someone's real apartment that looked like that. And if you all comment and tell me that your apartment looks like that, I'm gonna ask for photographic evidence, because I don't believe that you just have one punching bag and a singular bed and nothing else in your apartment. I do not believe it. Prove me wrong, okay? I don't get it. Like, why would they have this gigantic high-rise building of just weird apartments like this? Because we all know that in big apartment complexes, all the apartments look the same, you know? Like, you either get 1 bedroom or 2 bedrooms, maybe 3 bedrooms if you're feeling spicy, but like, they all look pretty much exactly the same, like slightly shifted of where the bathroom is, you know? Like, there's nothing different. They're pretty cookie cutter. So I really want to know why that exists. But anyways, we're gonna move on. It's fine. And I just had to write in my notes, he's only got 1 bed, which, another cliche, okay? Why? Does he not own a blow-up mattress? Can he not buy a blow-up mattress? Where is his funding coming from? Why does he have this weird apartment with 1 bed that's gigantic, apparently, and no blow-up mattresses? Questions. I have questions. But it's fine. So obviously I wrote down, you know, he's obviously going to sleep on the couch, which we all know isn't going to last long because this is a rom-com, kind of. It's a love interest. Of course, he's not going to be sleeping on the bed for long because this is how the things go. I don't like it. You're all like, she's crazy, but it's fine. It's fine. So Trinity immediately wants to start looking for Misha, but Zayn needs a nap. And like, I get that she wants to look for Misha, but you know, that's kind of hard to do when you aren't well rested and you have no idea where to look because you've never been in a big city. But Zayn says that she cannot leave without him, and if she does, he'll know, which means she's totally gonna leave without him at some point, because that's, you know, whenever someone threatens like that, well, it's not even like a real threaten, but you know, whenever someone makes a statement like that, you already know she's gonna rebel. So Trinity says, I'm a prisoner now, and Zayn claps back and says that she's a guest who will use common sense, and boom, like, big vibes. Trinity, who literally knows nothing about Zayn, asks if he knows what it's like to have someone you know is in danger while you do nothing. And listen, we already established that Zayn's dad died, and like, he's been through some stuff. We already know this. So it's like, you make this assumption when you know nothing about him that he's never been through something like this. And Zayn claps back and says, yeah, I do actually know what it's like. And I was like, ooh, rough. Because Trinity acts like she's the only one who's ever experienced anything hard and trashy, you know, like not great. But we don't know anything about Zayn. We don't know anything about the life he's lived. So you can't make this assumption that he's never been through something hard when you do at least know that, like, his father was killed recently and he was there and witnessed it. Like, he's been through some stuff, so I don't know. So then, of course, they get flirty for a second, and he gets a possessive look about him, which possessiveness isn't good. I'm just saying it, throwing it out there, that is not something, that's not cute. Possessiveness is not cute. But yeah, he still can't admit that he has feelings for like 5 minutes. You know, like, talk about it. Talk about your emotions. Admit that you have them. Why do they do this whole flirty thing, but they never talk about what they're feeling? Does Zayn like her back? I mean, it seems like it, but, like, talk about it. So Zayn says that tonight they're going to go talk to someone who knows where Baal is, but he doesn't seem to super like this person, so we're going to see how it goes. But yeah, we'll see. So chapter 21 starts off with Peanut waking up Trinity by blowing on her face, which is not great. It's kind of weird, but whatever. I mean, I think we find out why in a second, but Trinity immediately feels that there's demons nearby, and she panics because she's been living out in the country for, like, her entire life, and if there's demons by, that means they're raiding into their camp, you know? So Zayn sleeps without a shirt on, apparently, and we're pretty sure this is why Peanut, you know, wakes up Trinity, because, you know, Peanut's a creep, but we love him. And apparently it's weird that Zayn sleeps in his human form. Trinity mentions that, like, all wardens usually sleep in their weird gargoyle form, which I don't really know why that'd be the case. I feel like you're really heavy in that form, so you have to have, like, special beds, right? That don't break when you put a cement block on them. So I feel like it would make more sense to sleep in your human form, just from, like, a structural living in a house type of situation. Because, alright, what I know is that you can't put, like, a giant fish tank on the second floor of a house, because there's a fear that, like, if it's, like, a huge one, it'll fall through the floor. So my question is, if they're in their gargoyle farm, can they, like, fall through the floor? Are all their houses special made? And he's really high up there, so who knows how well this weird industrial apartment was built she's assuming that he can just sleep in his gargoyle form. But it's like, he's probably pretty heavy in that form, right? But then why isn't he heavy in his human form? I don't know. I have some questions. I have questions about the weights of them. And, like, how do they gain weight when they shift into that form? I have a lot of questions. Like, are they always, like, 1,000 pounds? Like, just hanging out? Who knows? Okay, I'm just not going to go down that train of thought because I don't have any of the answers. So, also, my new theory is that he's half warden, half human, so just throwing that out there. I have nothing to stand on this, but that's my new theory. We don't know anything about Zayn, and I want to know everything about him. So, when she goes to wake up Zayn, she gets this weird static charge thing that happens, which is odd, because she's, like, touched him before, so why is she getting a weird static charge now? Also, when she wakes Zayn up, he flips out and pins her down, and his eyes are vertical. Vertical, which means that his eyes aren't circles, because, you know, if a circle's vertical, it's still a circle. So that means they're probably, like, slit eyes. So are they always slit eyes? Or why are they vertical? I don't know. No one talks about this, I guess, because she doesn't ask any questions about it whatsoever, which is great, because I totally love not having answers. So, no one gave Trinity a debriefing when she came here that there are demons everywhere, and that, you know, Zayn just doesn't hunt them anymore, you know, if they're not messing anything up. so she just has to get used to this like constant weight on her shoulders that's saying there's demons nearby, which is not great. But he says that he used to hunt, Zane says that he used to hunt demons indiscriminately, no matter what they were guilty of, which is also a warden's literal job, the whole reason they're put on the earth, but whatever, we're gonna bypass that. Also, a reminder that in this moment, Zane is still currently shirtless, and we find out that Trinity is in her underwear, you know, with just a big, like a shirt on. So, you know, things are probably gonna happen there soon, because that's the way this book looks like it's gonna go. Anyways, they leave at 6, and Trin, you know, reminds the readers that, you know, she remembered to put pants on this time, which is good for her. And then another cliche. He drives the same Impala as the Winchesters, which I don't know if any of you have ever looked at like classic cars, especially classic cars that are like popular. Like the Chevy Impala, you know, the 69, 67, those are really popular cars. Do you know how expensive those are if they are up and running like decently? And I'm assuming he seems like the type of guy who would want like modern-ish features in it to get it to go a little faster, to sound a little better. So we're talking like a new build of this car. It's expensive. I just don't understand where he's getting his money from, because he doesn't seem to be employed. What does he do all day? Yeah, I see he doesn't hunt demons. You know, are there tax breaks for being a warden? Does he just... Does the government pay them for protection? How does he make money? How does he have this car? I don't understand. But anyways, that's another cliche, is that he has like this old hot rod car. But it's fine. And then I made a note that says, Zane is literally the most cliche, and I love it. Also, he has a motorcycle, because of course he does. So he has 2 cars, and I just don't understand where he gets his money. But yeah, so we do find out that he got the car before he learned about supernatural, which is just a thing, I guess. Anyways, moving on. The moment we realize Trinity has never been to a big city is because her eyes will not leave the window, and she gets a little overwhelmed because there's so many people, there's so many big buildings, and I just don't know how she's never been to a bigger city, because it seems like they actually aren't that far outside of DC, so it's like they could have visited it at any point, so I don't really know. I mean, I guess she's never left the compound for her protection or whatever, but it kind of stinks that this is like her first visit to a bigger city, and it's because she has to go find, you know, her protector. Like, that's not great. So Trinity's mind wanders while she's looking at the window, and she wants to find out more about Zane, because, you know, of course she does, because she's literally living with this dude now. And did Theory and Matthew approve this? Because, you know, she's literally like 18, and now she's living with some rando. You know, she's literally only known him for a week. He could be a serial killer. I'm just saying, there's like, we've already established that there's bad wardens out there. Like, this could have just been a ploy to get, like, this could have been a ploy by the Clay group, you know, to get her out of her house with some random dude, and, you know, now she's just an easy target. But anyways, whatever, we're just not gonna worry about it. So they pull up to a mansion, and there's only 2 people that live in the house, and that seems to be important for whatever reason. I don't know why we care about like who lives in this mansion, but we find out he's a demon, you know. I don't know why we really do care though about the mansion, but Trinity's getting a little, I don't even know what it is, but like I put speciesist, because she keeps overly emphasizing that they're demons, and Zane keeps trying to emphasize the fact that they're people. So there's that happening. And she's just not great. She's like, humans and wardens are here and forget everybody else, which is not a great way to live your life when you don't. She doesn't know anything outside of what she was taught, and she's never questioned her teachings. She's never questioned whether wardens are the good guys in this entire thing, because she looks at angels and assumes they're good and they can do no wrong, and wardens and assumes they're great and can do no wrong, but she's never like questioned what she's been taught before, which isn't great. So yeah, Trinity has a moment of thinking about what her father would think, and which we still don't know who he is, and we don't get to find out now for whatever reason. And she thinks that he would literally smite Zane down and bring her back to Theories. So who's her dad? Zane asks if she trusts him. She says she doesn't even say she does actually. She basically allows herself to be brought in, and she decides to trust him even though she doesn't like it, because she wants to find Nisha. The first demon upon entering the house that they meet, his name is Cayman, and he is wearing a black romper and has icy blonde hair. Also, he is not a lower level demon. We find out that Cayman makes deals. He's might be something they call a demon broker, which is an upper level demon, but it's basically middle level management. So they make deals with humans for their souls, which is not great. But I still don't understand what the currency of souls is in like hell. Like, why do they need the human souls? What do they use them for? Like, do you have to buy goods with human souls? Because then wouldn't everyone, like, I don't understand. Does it lessen your sentence? Does it make you be able to like be on the surface longer? Like, I don't understand what the currency of human souls are. But yeah, so then a new dude comes in and he's wearing all black, which is, you know, cool, I guess. So the new dude is seemingly chill until he sees Trin. Then he teleports in front of her, and as if he's in a trance, he starts like reaching out to her, and with his like fingers, and he's like, you know, and now she's sandwiched between Zane and the new dude, because Zane grabs her and like pulls her backwards. And so the new dude says that he knows what she is. Zane asks how, and Zane asks how he could know, and we find out that the dude is Astaroth, who is the crown prince of hell. And that's how I ended the chapter. So I'm leaving you guys on a cliffhanger there. But yeah, he basically says that he should put her back wherever he found her. Like, Zane should put Trinity back wherever he found her and like not go back, because he knows what she is. And yikes. I can't wait to read the next chapter. Honestly, as soon as I click close on this, I am going to be reading the next few chapters. But yeah, thanks everybody for joining me. I hope this was fun, and I hope that you all like this video, and yeah, hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. And if you want to join the Barely Book Club, we're going to be starting the new book soon, so the link will be in the bio, and I'll have some sort of announcement at some point when the new book is out. But yeah, and if you would like to read my short stories and read my reviews, they're a lot more concise than this, and that'll be on my blog at barelybookish.com. But I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, make sure you like it, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!